looking at.
All right, it's time to get map number 2 started between Gen.G Esports.
They're coming out of the gate swinging with a much better draft compared to game number 1, and they're pulling off the big stops. The Freyas are coming into the mix. The Alice is coming into the mix. I have never seen a composition that is screaming, I'm gonna dive you.
Okay, and as well as they already activated Nora's specialty, the show as well. I've seen them use it on their Grand Finals qualifiers. That's a 4-0 they finish off. That's almost like 3 games with a show for Nora. So for FUT Esports, they're taking in a lot of their specialty mechanics here just to try and ensure their survivability here onto their uppermost bracket of our tournament. Now for Gen.G Esports, they're one step closer. The tricky part about this is that whoever wins this one, will get most of the momentum. Let's check the emblem set as well.
Yeah, the emblem sets, most of it, all really aggressive coming in from FUT. And I love this opening coming in from FUT Esports. They start on purple buff, immediately move over to Litho Wanderer because they have mid-Cryo. Try to attempt to steal the camp, but instead, they couldn't do it. So you know what? Let's take Litho and immediately move down. FUT is using a dive composition that's heavily centered around their mid-trio. This Barats, this Kimmy, alongside with this Cho, are going to lead the team on how the movements across the map are going to look like. Without them, the opposite side is considered the weak side.
Yep, now they move as a unit. They need to really put their foot down here against Gen.G Esports, considering the fact that they're most likely to be on your faces a kind of composition. You've mentioned the strength of Pujo's Barret as well against the Akai Fluid. So we might see some interesting counterplays when it comes to objectives. Speaking of which, neutral objective will spawn in a few seconds, and now is the time for FUT Esports to actually engage or somehow negate the position for Gen.G Esports. Now that we're talking, it just happened to make sense. Gen.G Esports already foresaw that happening, or foresaw the plan here for FUT Esports.
I don't think they foresaw it. I think it was just a miss on the body slam, unfortunately. I mean, Nora was in mid-animation, but now they need Ashley to be level 4.
Yep.
I think that Gen.G, now that Arya doesn't have a clear lead, they're going to be playing for picks, but we'll see.
Okay, there's going to be a very here for Unohana, but get the turtle buff here for Gen.G. Meanwhile, the first blood as well, falling under the hands of Gen.G. Arya trying to the shield just isn't enough. The continuous damage is there, but still they survive. Unohana being caught on the crossfire, even with the crisp gain, and they're trying to run away. That is just too much to handle. Gen.G did a perfect circle moment here against FUT Esports. First objective, then the kills, then Arya taking charge of everything. That's a 0-3 by the way for her Esmeralda.
Oh my goodness, that was ridiculous. Like, again, this was technically a losing scenario for Gen.G's side. It was such a great engagement coming in from Unohana, already catching on to 4 of the members, with the composure from Rui to wait until the very last second to combine her heavy spin to break out of the crowd control and then get the retribution down, completely 180 the entire scenario. Now, not only did they win the team fight, they also get the turtle. And Gen.G, they're not scared to fight.
Okay, now they commit the win here for Ashley. The team members caught on here with a Wave of Dragon connected onto Ashley. He likes that. She likes that attention. Now it alleviates some of those damages here for Gen.G Esports. Now the chase down is on Sayori onto Zendaya. She will not survive with a chase down here for Gen.G Esports. Now they change targets. Unohana yet again. But still for Gen.G, is it worth it to take the time to actually torn it down? They're like, no, let's just focus on Nora and preventing them from really go with the freedom of just capitalizing farming up here on the map. Nico, other hand, has other plans here, chasing down Rui still. I think for Gen.G Esports, they could just commit on this one if they want to.
They can commit a lot, actually, but I think Gen.G have bigger sights in mind, like the turtle that's about to spawn in about 6 seconds. Keep in mind, big battle spells are gone. Ashley can't just freely engage upon their targets. They will have to play a more defensive style, as we see the mid lane getting contested by Arya and Urohara. Own early, force out that ult.
Okay, Arya is doing a great job in preventing another repeat of what Unohana did. So now Unohana is forced to just regen some of her HP before actually committing onto any clashes here for Gen.G Esports. Unohana under the front, Crimson Lead activated. So let's see if they will be able to throw down Arya. But still, it's just like a tickle onto her. Another another! Sean throwing down to team members, but the follow-up just isn't there yet. Now Miko jumps in.
my God.
What a mistake on their part! There wasn't anyone from FUT Esports to actually tank some of those damages. She just dove straight into the line of fire of Gen.G Esports.
This is starting to get a little uncomfortable. Gen.G, they don't have to do much to deal with this dive composition because they're so well suited to deal with the counter engages. FUT's execution needs to be crystal, needs to be perfect. No opportunities must be given over to Gen.G's side.
That was too much of a risk here for Miko. For me, that was a question mark. Yeah, Unohana actually has a great vantage point with the Throne of Wind, but to jump inside the turtle pit with no one in the vicinity to help you tank up some of the damages, just wild here for FUT Esports. But still, for Gen.G Esports, an early established lead compared to Game 1. Almost 6 minutes in, now they have 3k gold lead, and it's not stopping there. Even on the positioning, look at Arya. There's no woman here from FUT Esports that could stop this girl, and now they got their sights onto the mid lane. Kuja as well with the rockets will miss out most of the targets. Instead, she gets a lot of damage from Gen.G Esports.
I'm losing my mind here. Zendaya is getting zoned out from every little bit of EXP. She is literally 2 levels down on Sayori. And now we see the Throne of Ruin come down from Urohara.
No.
It's a guaranteed kill here.
It is!
What can you even do?
Plus the recall from Ashley.
You gotta make sure you are putting your mark on your opponents right now. But FUT, I don't think it's completely over for them just yet. Mako has time to scale, but they need to rechange. They gotta change the way they think about this composition.
Yep.
Yes, it is a dive composition, but every composition needs one thing, and that's an anchor. Unfortunately, it's not Nora.
Definitely not, because Arya is always on her face, right? And that isn't what you want if you want a new perspective here for FUT Esports. A way to do it is actually just focus on farming and slow down the pace. You don't have to necessarily fight onto Gen.G's clashes or attempts, but they have no choice. It's always Gen.G here, Gen.G there, and most of the time, even their jungle camps aren't safe from Gen.G.
Yeah, no, it's too late. It's too late to actually go for these forceful plays anymore. And yes, I do agree that they do need to actually fight. Oh no, they forced another Throne of Ruins, and now the Daytona's welcome.
Okay. They've got most of the clashes well enough prepared, but now Gen.G yet again with unstoppable here for Sayori. Chase down here onto Arya, onto Nora. They get plenty of very nice crowd controls here, but how about the layer? It's not really layering enough here for FUT Esports, and now Unohana. A sure kill yet again for Gen.G Esports, and they're taking it onto the hands of Panda 1. Well-formed carry, 110 onto the kill score. It's only 8 minutes in the game, but now they're deep inside the inner turret as well here for FUT Esports. No one is safe here onto Arya. The jump yet again for Nora. We've mentioned she isn't the anchor that they need to face off against Gen.G.
She really isn't right now. I think the most... I don't want to make big assumptions, but in my mind, the ideal situation for FUT, Zendaya is your main anchor. You got to play around Zendaya. She is not exactly the most mobile once the hover packs are down. So that means everybody else either has to play for peel or counter engage. And unfortunately, Unohana is at a point in the game where really hard engaging into the backline may not necessarily be good unless you get a trade in ultimates from Gen.G. In this case, it's got to be that Minoan Fury. Ashley has been doing a lot. Sayori as well doesn't really need to go above and beyond because Ashley's already doing so much work. Ruyi, in particular, very dangerous, but at the same time, she's playing selfishly. I'm only going to use my ult to either catch somebody or secure the neutrals because everybody else is doing their jobs.
If it works, right? They're not literally changing anything. They just stick to what worked best, which is a kind of repeat of what Ashley and Sayori is doing. A bonus part is that Arya doesn't even have to be in the clashes because now for Gen.G Esports, they want to take on another member here for FUT Esports turret. On the other hand, Sayori falling down. That is the shutdown that they want. But at what cost? That was an instant double kill here for Gen.G Esports. We mentioned Zendaya needs to take a better job at targeting members of Gen.G Esports, but that doesn't mean that you have to necessarily sacrifice some of your front runners here for FUT Esports.
Nah, it's that early game. It's because of all the damage she took in the early to mid stages of the game that she's so slow to actually scale up. She's 3 levels down at this point, 2 levels, and finally gets the Divine Glaive. But I gotta give it to Gen.G. A lot of their setups are very high level here. They send their one member, they have the follow-up ready to go. They even know how to force scenarios underneath the turret while it is low, so it gives you a false sense of hope. Oh, we have a tower, but really it's just one auto away.
Yep. And Sayori actually is doing a great job onto what ultimate should be copied, right? Just to try and complement what Rui or Ashley, vice versa, could start off with a clash. Now they've got a Lord. That was a fairly easy Lord to take here for Gen.G Esports, because what matters is that no one from FUT Esports is safe to actually farm up. Most of the time, the plan B is to just farm onto the other side of the map, but that isn't happening because every side of the map, there's an Arya always taking charge. There's 5 women chasing her down, but no one could actually peel off the layer, the shields here for Arya.
It's too much. It's too much.
That is just too much here for FUT Esports.
I mean, even the Purify was well timed from Arya. She was waiting for that second half to activate, but decided, you know what? I'm gonna do it early, because if you take that second half, we win the next coming fight. And with Lord knocking down at the base, Gen.G force!
Ashley! Again with a very nice setup play here for Gen.G Esports. At what cost? It's okay, because now Arya gets a free hit on the members of FUT Esports, Rui as well. No, front runners are down. Nor the setter is alive. No, not indeed, because Gen.G Esports is locking their eyes onto the base. It's another 2-0 for today.
Ooh, a day of sweeps here on stream.